by the one and only Evan Rude. The brand new G2 just came out like 2 weeks ago, sitting on the back. Look at that 250 horsepower motor. What do you think? Kind of cool looking, huh? It's really different. It comes out this fall worldwide. So if you've been waiting on a new outboard and you've been looking at Evan Rude, brand new, different colors you can choose from. So it's caused a lot of hype because it looks really different from motors in the past. But I think it's cool. I think different's cool. So thank you to Evan Rude for being our presenting sponsor. There's been a lot happening on Kentucky Lake the last 2 days, including some massive weights.
No, you're exactly right. We saw 2 fish over 8 pounds yesterday, 1 over 9, about a 9.5 pounder. We've seen so many fish between the 4 and 6 pound class range. Just unbelievable fishery and a great venue to wrap up the season. We started this thing way back in February at Okeechobee. We've been, 6 events. And the top 35 pros and coiners, they're ready to go to the Forrest Wood Cup, Jason.
Yeah, they are. We talk about Kentucky Lake being our home office up the northern end of Kentucky Lake in Benton, Kentucky. What is it about this lake, this body of water, that you can be right in the middle of summer when it's brutal outside for us, but the fishing is just phenomenal on Kentucky Lake? Why is that?
It really is. I think it's because it's so big. It sprawls for so long, and it's a TVA impoundment, and so it's the Tennessee River has such good lakes on it. They're just healthy fisheries, lots of largemouth, smallmouth, even some spotted bass out there. And I think between the forage and the shad populations, you just have lots of fish and lots of big fish. And this time of year when they're in post-spawn mode, they're fresh off the spawn, so they're ready to eat. They're getting out there on those ledges, anywhere where you can find any kind of a drop-off, especially on the river where you got all kinds of current from the dam. All that flow helps them position on that structure just right. And those guys, they use their electronics. They go out and they find these what they call mega schools of bass. They get on them. They can find one bait to trigger them, then it's on. Yeah. And then when that bait stops, they throw something else, then it's on again. And these guys just know how to use their electronics. They know what baits to throw. It's just lots of time on the water. And this fishery, it's showing off this week.
Yeah, it is. It's flexing its muscles. So I can't wait to show you guys when we air this TV show. You're going to see some great stuff up and down Kentucky Lake. You mentioned a while ago, Forrest Wood Cup. These anglers are trying to qualify for the ultimate of the ultimate. It is the Super Bowl of bass fishing is what we call it. The Forrest Wood Cup is going to be on Lake Murray in Columbia, South Carolina, August the 14th through the 17th. There's some information right there. Man, it's going to be awesome. If you're watching online, if you don't have plans for that second week of August, I know a lot of people are starting school. Listen, nothing important has ever happened in the first week of school. I'm just telling you. I'm sorry, educators, but you need to come to Columbia, South Carolina. I said it right there. I'm sorry, but listen, you can learn about science and education, natural resources. There's a lot of things you can do that work into school and education. We want you guys to come to the Forrest Wood Cup, the greatest show on earth, and you're going to see the top anglers on the planet competing for $500,000, first place. First place is $500,000 and the title of Forrest Wood Cup champion. Again, we named that trophy after Mr. Forrest L. Wood. So we want to see you guys there as well. Now let's talk about what's at stake. You can't qualify for that until you finish the final event of the year, which is this one. Here's what you're going to hear when these anglers come on stage in just a bit. They're all going to say, man, I wanted to qualify. In January when we started, all I wanted to do was qualify for this year's cup. To do that, you have to finish in the top 35 in our points race. It's a points race. So wherever you finish at all 6 tournaments, you get points based on whatever place you finished. You add those up at the end of this event. If you're in the top 35, you automatically punch your ticket to go to the Forrest Wood Cup. So you're here. These anglers, a lot of them came into this tournament like in 40th place. They had to have a good finish here to get in that top 35. So some guys are going to be disappointed, and some guys are going to be hooping and hollering because this is the one tournament that really made their year for them was Kentucky Lake. They either fell out or they came in to contention. So that we kind of want to set that up so you know what's going on. But we started with, what, about 160 boats? Mm-hmm. Today we're down to 20, and we keep cutting after today. Yeah, absolutely. Full field fishes the first 2 days. Weights carry over every day of competition on the pro and co-angler side. Top 20 pros and co-anglers fish today. We crown a co-angler champion today. The top 10 pros are going and fish tomorrow. Crown a pro champion tomorrow. $125,000 first place on the line, Jason. That's it. All right, we got all the business out of the way. Now you guys should follow along and know exactly what's happening. All we need now from you is lots of noise and lots of excitement. Is there any left? Jason, I want to say one thing. I was walking out in the crowd today, and we had a lot of compliments on our setup, but I do want to definitely take a moment, because we haven't done this in a long time. That's true.
to thank Bill Taylor and the operations and all the people that set up all of this that makes this thing so successful. He's the best tournament director in the business, and we got the best people and the best crew and the best staff in the business that make all this happen.
Bill Taylor, come on, raise your hand, Bill Taylor. Look, right there. He's tournament director. He doesn't want to raise his hand. He's going to point at everyone else behind the scenes, but we still have to have a captain driving the ship, and so he's done a great job, and we're thankful for every person behind every camera and everything that's lifted off the ground. We really do appreciate it. They work super, super hard, and we couldn't do it without them. All right, that's it. Paris, you guys ready? Come on, y'all make some noise. Let's kick off the final event of the season. Day number 3, we're going to bring up the top 20 co-anglers in reverse order from 20th place to first place, and we're going to crown a co-angler champion right now. Let's start in 20th place from Fort Collins, Colorado, making his 2nd cut of the year. You guys give it up for Jeff Jingler.
We could get the monitor pulled up on my screen on the stage. Give me 1 second here. We're getting that pulled up right now, Jeff.
Jeff's got 2 top 10s on the Walmart FLW Tour. I explained this a while ago. Remember, you got to be in the top 35 to qualify for the Cup. Coming into this event, he's in 39th place coming into this tournament. So this has been, not to make this any more nerve-wracking, but you knew what it was. You knew the job you had to get done for the last 3 days. So 39th coming into the day. He needs to move up 4 spots. Can it be done? This bag will tell us right here, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what it's all about. I promise you, everybody probably thinks we're really good at building drama and suspense. We're actually not trying to do that right now. So we just have a little monitor issue. Just 1 second here. He's over here sweating. Jeff's like, yeah. I'll tell you what, here's what we're going to do. We want to take good care of these fish. Let's get these fish back in the water. We'll get our monitor pulled back up. Our company maintains a 98.9% alive release ratio, and it starts with the greatest conservationists in the world, and that's our anglers. And we like to leave the fishery in better shape than before we found it. And I can tell you, these guys have taken great care of their fish this week. So, got a little technical difficulties we're going to work through. In the meantime, Jason, that top 20 pros and co-anglers that are going to weigh in today and crown the co-angler champion, top 10 going to fish tomorrow. Winning co-angler gets 200 points. There is a co-angler points title on the line today, and it has come down between one of the guys that is going to weigh in today, Jason Johnson of Gainesville, Georgia. He could win the co-angler points champion today if he finishes a certain spot, and we're going to build that drama as we go through the weigh-in as well. And then on the pro side, the Kellogg's Angler of the Year title has come down between 2 guys after 6 events. It's Andy Morgan out of Dayton, Tennessee. He is in first. It is Cody Meyer from Auburn, California. He's in second. There's only 8 points that separate those guys. So Cody Meyer he made the cut, and so did Andy. Yep. And Andy is in 12th, I think, or Andy's in the top 10, and Cody's in the top 20. So we got 2 points races for Kellogg's Angler of the Year titles between the pros and the co's going on today and tomorrow. That's a big deal.
There's a lot going on. I know it sounds confusing. I feel like we need a felt Sunday school board up here where we can draw out everything that's going on. But when these guys come up here, we'll explain it all. There's like battles within battles going on, not just this tournament to win, but can they win the points race is what we're after. All right, I think we got everything fixed.
Yeah, we're ready.
We good to go, Chris Jones?
We're
all
ready.
Right,
it's up.
Now you guys, let's start over. We're going to edit that out of the show. Here we go. Let's kick off day number 3 of the Walmart FLW Tour. There we go. This event presented by Evinrude. And y'all welcome all the way from Colorado, Jeff Jingler, our first co-angler to the scales.
Absolutely. Jeff comes into today in 20th place with a 2-day total of 30 pounds and 5 ounces, anchored by 18 pounds, 8 ounces yesterday. To take the lead from Cody Kelly, who is in first place, you need 9 pounds and 9 ounces. Here we go. For today, for the Colorado co-angler, Jeff Jingler worth 10 pounds, 13 ounces, moves you into first place with 41.2. Jeff, I don't want you to go far because you are in the lead. Real quick, fun times this week.
Great times. I had 3 good pros, and this is an incredible fishery. It's full of big fish.
Gotcha. Trying to make that Forest Wood Cup. Jeff, don't go far.
Yep. Shout out to my buddies watching on FLW Live. Cole Wiggs, Mike Hermsmeyer. Thanks for following. I expect to see you out here next year.
There you go. Thank you so much, Jeff. You can stand right over there. Don't go far. You're the leader for now. One down, Jason.
That's it. 19 to go. Moving on. The next co-angler coming to the scales starts in 19th from Huntsville, Alabama, making his first cut of the season. Y'all give it up for Timothy Curran.
Timothy with a bag. All right, it's a good sack of fish, Timothy. Timothy Curran from Huntsville, Alabama, who comes into today in 19th place with a two-day total of 30 pounds and 6 ounces to dethrone Jeff Jingler of Colorado. You need 10 pounds and 12 ounces. A limit of bass today for Timothy Curran. Worth, new leader. 18 pounds and 1 ounce moves you up to 48 pounds, 7 ounces. Let's get those fish in some water. We'll let you hold up your 2 best bass. What's that?
Hold one up.
Yeah, we're going to get them in the water first. You come over here. Let's talk about it real fast. A great day. I mean, 18 pounds plus today.
Great day. Pro put me on the fish. You know what?
How'd you catch them? What baits?
The big one's on a shaky head.
Shaky head on ledges?
Yeah, well, humps. Caught some on jig, a couple on shaky head, a couple on big worm. But Ramey Colson was my pro today. Great guy. Got a great time with him. Yesterday, Scott Suggs, great time with him. First day, Rich Dalby. So all the pros.
Gotcha. Great.
First-class guys.
Great draws this week. All right, let's see your 2 best bass. Hold them up. Take them all the way to the front of the stage. We get these fish on water quick, taking care of the fish here on Kentucky Lake. What a great fishery. Take them all the way front and center. Let's have a nice round of applause for his hard work this week. He's your new leader. Great job, Tim. Don't go far, man. You are the leader as of now. 2 down, Jason.
Next co-angler coming to the stage, man, no stranger to the final day. Starting the day in 18th place. 39th in the Angler of the Year points race coming into this. He's got 4 top 10s from Temple, Texas. Keith Honeycutt.
He's won the Rayovac Series championship in his career. He's a tour champion as well. Guy catches them everywhere we go, all over the country. Comes into today in 18th place with 30 pounds and 11 ounces. And Keith, you saw Timothy raise the bar just a little bit a second ago. You know how this game's played. Keith's got 2 bass on day 3. Worth 5 pounds and 8 ounces. Keith, that does move you to 7th place with 35 pounds and 3 ounces. So not going to win this thing, but a great week.
I had a good week. Most of my weight came on the first day, but better than that, I started in about 156th place after Okeechobee, so I'm going to make the cut. So I'm pretty proud with the way I finished up.
That's what it's all about, Keith. Let's have a nice round of applause for Keith Honeycutt. Great tournament this week.
The next co-angler coming up on stage, guys, today is his chance to possibly win the Co-Angler of the Year title. He's saying he's not too sure about it. He's got to finish 10th place or higher based on what he weighed today. So you guys give it up from Gainesville, Georgia, Jason Johnson.
Good to see you, Jason.
Too.
Got all kinds of scenarios. The FLW administration was going through those earlier. You got to finish 10th place or higher. If you finish in 11th, you have to. That's a tie, and so you'd have to weigh in at least 11 pounds and 14 ounces. If you finish 12th or worse, then Braxton Setzer wins it. So lots of scenarios. Here we go. You're going to have more than 11 pounds, so now you're just looking to get in the top 10, 10th place or better. Jason Johnson, 14-15 on day 1, 16 pounds yesterday. Trying to make his 3rd Forcewood Cup and his 5th top 10. The guy catches them everywhere we go. He needs to take the lead from Timothy Curran, 17 pounds, 8 ounces. A limit of bass today for Jason, worth 14 pounds, 3 ounces, moves you to 2nd place. Ooh, it's going to be a good points race, man.
Yeah, it's going to be a nail biter. You know, the first day Braxton kind of slipped up, and then he came back big yesterday. So it put the heat on me. I made the cut. I got a chance to, you know, today I went out with my buddy Cody Meyer. And it's kind of ironic. He was in 2nd place in the points. I was in 2nd place in the points, and we're buddies. Yep. And we had a ball. I mean, Julie Huber pulled up on us, and I just started catching them one after another, but they didn't help. I mean, look at my thumbs.
Wow, yeah.
Real quick, I don't know if I'm going to come back up here on the stage if I don't stay in. I want to thank G-Money Jigs. I caught a lot this week on the 3/4 ounce football jig. Gambler Lures was a twin-tail trailer on it. And today, the Gambler Weebo Worm on a drop shot was the deal. Lux Air Heating and Cooling, they've helped me out this year, and I think I'm going to have a big announcement to the Cup.
There you go, man. Good luck. I'm looking forward to that big announcement. Jason Johnson, Gainesville, Georgia.
Is he pregnant? No? No, I didn't mean it by that. Okay, let's move on. Sorry.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, this was going to be a nail biter down to the end to see if he takes home co-angler of the year title. We will see. Next up, co-angler coming up here. Man, what a great year. 4th cut of the season. What a 2014 for him from Okeechobee, Florida, Kyle Monty.
You just make every cut or what, man?
I try to, man. That's the goal. Anytime you get to weigh in with Chris Jones, it's a good thing.
Man, I hear you, dude. I love it. Like you guys, man, I love it. You guys are the best, Kyle. Kyle's making another cut this year. Looking for his 3rd top 10 of the year. Had 14 pounds, 3 ounces on day 1, 17 even on day 2. Had him sitting in 16th place to take the lead from Timothy Curran. You need 17 pounds and 4 ounces. Here we go, Kyle Monty. Another limited bass today. Worth 15 pounds, 8 ounces. Kyle's got you in 2nd place. So a good tournament for you, man. Not going to win this thing, but a great week. Again, you're catching fish, man. You're good.
Yeah, I mean, fishing as a co-angler, you have to have good boaters. I had great boaters this tournament. I had Jim Moyna, my buddy George Capitan from Florida. We fished the first day. And I have Michael Neal today. And these guys are top-class acts, man. Real quick, I just want to say thanks to my little brother, Mason, and my girlfriend, Brittany, for coming up here with me, all my sponsors, everybody back at home. I hadn't been home since before Pickwick. I've been on the road since, so I'm ready to get home. I'll be back in Okeechobee tomorrow.
Let's hear it for Kyle's hard work this week. Great job to you, man. Kyle Monty in 2nd place, Jason.
Moving up, starting the day in 15th place from Robertsdale, Alabama, making his 1st cut of the year. He's got 3 tour top 10s. Mike Harden Sr.
That's right, Mike. Good to see you, man. Mike Harden Sr., we've done this a few times. What a great crowd here watching on. Here we go, Mike. You come into today in 15th place with 31 pounds and 4 ounces to take the lead. From Timothy Curran, you need 17 pounds, 3 ounces. The Alabama co-angler, Mike Harden Sr., 5 today. Worth 12 pounds, 5 ounces. Mike, that moves you to 4th place. So not going to win this thing, but good tournament for you this week too, man.
Yeah, it was. I've had 3 great guys to fish with. They, I believe every one of them's caught 20 pounds.
Lee, man. And you were in good shape in the points race, right?
No, not this year.
Not this year. Not going to make the cup. So this is a great way to end the year, give you some positive momentum going into next season.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Anybody you want to say hello to here or watching you back in Alabama on FLW Live?
You know I got my grandson. Hi, Beanie. I'll be home tomorrow.
That's awesome. Let's hear from Mike's hard work this week. Great job to you, Mike. Have a great check from Mike Harden Sr.
Next co-angler starting in 14th place. He's got 4 top 10s with FLW on the tour from Hamilton, Ohio, Josh Smith.
That's right, Josh. Another cut for Josh Smith. Trying to make his 3rd Forest Wood Cup, his 5th top 10. Comes into today with 31 pounds and 4 ounces to take the lead from Timothy Curran. You need 17 pounds and 3 ounces, Josh. The Ohio co-angler, Josh Smith, 4 today for 10 pounds, 15 ounces. Josh, that moves you to 5th place with 42 pounds, 3 ounces. So good week for you this week, man.
Yeah, I had a good week. I mean, I had a tough time getting bites today. The first 2 days was pretty easy to get bites. Today I just struggled, and it's just how it goes. Real quick, I want to say hi to my girlfriend Natalie back home. She's watching right now, and I want to thank a couple of people: American Pro, Tackle and Archery, Denali Rods. I put them to work all week this week, and I'm looking forward to the Cup.
You got it. We'll see you there August 14th through the 17th, Columbia, South Carolina, Lake Murray. Punch this ticket to the Forest Wood Cup. And by the way, a little update. We got 13 guys left. Jason Johnson sitting in 3rd. It's going to be interesting.
He's got to finish 10th or higher to take home that title. Here we go. Moving on, starting the day in 13th place, his 3rd cut of the season. A good year from Lakeland, Tennessee, Dennis Kirby.
Dennis Kirby, great year, man. 3rd cut of the year. Half of the tour events you've made the cuts. Comes into today in 13th place. We're going to find out if that was lucky 13 for you or not. 13th place with 31 pounds, 4 ounces to take the lead from Timothy Curran. You need 17 pounds, 3 ounces. Here we go, Dennis. Dennis Kirby from Lakeland, Tennessee. 3 bass worth 10 pounds and 6 ounces. So only 3, but 3 good ones for you, sir. What a great year you've had.
I appreciate it, Chris. It seems like I was either going to make the cut or finish at the bottom of the field. So I was in 50th place coming into today's tournament. Knew I needed at least a top 20, so we'll just have to wait and see where it gets me.
Good luck, Dennis. Wish you the best, man. Let's hear it for his hard work. Yes, sir.
I just want to thank some people that have helped me all year long and for many years. Ranger Boats in particular. My rep, Dennis Tobin's here somewhere. I appreciate all his help. Minn Kota, Strike King Lures, and my favorite sponsor of all, my wife, right there waving at us. She's taking care of me.
Guarantee you, getting it done. Well said, Dennis. Let's have a nice round of applause for Dennis Kirby.
Next co-angler starting the day in 12th place. He's got 3 top 10s. This is his first cut of the year from Fort Myers, Florida, Doug Back.
All right, Doug. Doug Back. Man, I know you have a pretty good fish in there, at least one, because I was watching the Twitter feed, the FLW Twitter feed today. Doug Back from Fort Myers, Florida, comes into today in 12th place with 31 pounds and 15 ounces. To take over the lead from Timothy Curran, you need 16 pounds and 8 ounces. Here we go, Doug. Good luck. The Florida co-angler Doug Back looking for 16.8. Limit of bass worth 15 pounds, 8 ounces. You miss it by 1 pound exactly, Doug. But that moves you to second place.
Well, you know, I'm pleased. I fished behind a human vacuum cleaner today.
Who's your partner?
Brett Height. He has absolutely clocked him.
That's fun.
He might have 25 pounds.
We're going to find out, man. That's going to be a fun way in the pro side. You've had a great tournament this week. Got a good check for you.
Oh, yeah. It's been a great week. 3 great pros, Peter T., Gussie, and now Brett Height. So I can't complain.
That's what it's all about. Let's hear it for Doug Back. Great tournament for you, Doug. Good job this week on Kentucky Lake.
Next co-angler came out of our college fishing program. Very successful there with University of Central Florida. Now here we are on the co-angler side from Bradenton, Florida. Y'all welcome Casey O'Donnell.
Good to see you, Casey. All right, man. Casey O'Donnell, a Florida co-angler, had 23 pounds and 15 ounces yesterday. That got him all the way into 11th place coming into today. To take the lead from Timothy Curran, you need 16 pounds and 6 ounces. Casey says, not going to have that today. 2 bass, glad to have them, I know. 3 pounds and 5 ounces moves you back to 13th place. But hey, a top 20 finish. We're here at the Walmart Supercenter in Paris. Anytime you make a Walmart weigh-in with FLW, it means it's a good payday.
Oh yeah, this is my first one. You know, it was a good learning experience. You know, I caught that big bag yesterday on a you know, just swinging for the fences. I knew I had to do it again today, and I just came up short. But, you know, I've got to thank FLW. We've kind of, you know, pulled the wool over your guys' eyes, that the fact that you pay us to fish. So that's pretty awesome. And, you know, I got to thank people that have been cooking me dinner all year long. Granny and Papa Caudle, my practice partners, Zach Caudle's grandparents, they've come and really helped out. So it's been a great year. Thanks, guys.
Great job. Let's hear it for his hard work this week. Congratulations to you. A great tournament for Casey O'Donnell.
We are now inside the top 10. Timothy Curran, who started in 9th place, still in first. Here we go. Starting in 10th place from Travelers Rest, South Carolina. His 3rd cut of the year. Came into this event 37th in the points race. Dennis Cameron, everybody.
There we go. Good to see you, Dennis. 3rd cut of the year for Dennis Cameron, the South Carolina co-angler. Comes into today in 10th place. Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. This is going to be close. I can tell by the bag. Here's the deal. To dethrone the current king of the hill, it's Timothy Curran, who sits with 48 pounds and 7 ounces. You're going to need 16 pounds. 16 pounds exactly. Do you have 4 fish in here?
I've got 4 fish. I missed the 5th one.
Oh, he's got 4 fish. But you got a good one. Let's find out. Here we go. I want you to watch this with me. It needs to be 16 pounds even. 4 fish. Let's hope the 5th one does not come back to cost you. Here we go. Your weight. 16 pounds, 2 ounces. Wow, you got it with 4. Man. Doesn't get any closer than that. Let's get these fish on some water. We'll let you hold up your 2 best bass, or at least a good one. Let's come over here and let's talk about it. Horse number 5, man. Did you have it stuck?
I broke off on one. I don't know how big it was. We had some boat problems today. December the 11th, before Christmas, I had a tumor in my neck the size of a tennis ball. I didn't even know I was going to be able to fish the tour. they took it out a week before Christmas, and I've got a bunch of good guys that I room with, and you know, I called Bill up. I said, hey, I'm on the waiting list, and I've got to fish, and I'm blessed.
Real life stuff. Let's see it, Dennis. Glad to have you on the tour, man. Dennis Cameron, who's had a great year. Trying to qualify for another Forest Wood Cup. Wow! Poor bass that weighs 16 pounds and 2 ounces. Golly. All right, Dennis, don't go far, man. Don't go far. You are the leader. We're inside the top 10, 9 left.
The leader with only 4 fish. Here we go. Starting in 9th place this morning. He's got 10 top 10s. It's his first cut of the year from 6 Mile, South Carolina. Josh Wilson.
Back-to-back South Carolina co-anglers. We've got 9 guys left, and Jason Johnson is sitting in 5th place. Wow. Now, here we go. John Wilson from 6 Mile, South Carolina. Let's do this. Let's do this, man. You need 16 pounds and 1 ounce to knock out Dennis Cameron, who sits on top of the hill. Limit today for John Wilson worth. New leader, 17 pounds, 14 ounces. Let's get those fish in some water. We'll take a look at your bass today, but come on over here. John, you South Carolina boys can catch them.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
I'd say so. How'd you catch your fish this week? Key baits?
I caught everything on a Carolina rig.
Everything on a Carolina rig. Deep humps, deep ledges?
Yes. Yeah.
How deep you guys fishing?
Probably 25.
25 foot on top?
Yeah.
What size weight on that Carolina rig?
3/4 ounce.
3/4 ounce. All right, not much current going on this week. What's your bait?
Zoom trick worm.
Zoom trick worm. How long is that leader?
About as long as your leg.
Okay, so you got a long leader going on. What size line on the main line?
12 pound.
On the leader?
12 pounds.
12 pounds. You using mono or fluoro?
Fluoro.
There you go. How big's that rod? Carolina rig rod?
Yes, it's 7.6.
We like details, don't we, people? That's how we go out and catch them. All right, man, let's see them. Let's see them. Your new leader, John Wilson. Ooh. All right, take them all the way to the front. Let's have a nice round of applause for John Wilson. All right, John, don't go far. You're the current leader, man. Don't go far, sir. Here you go. You may need this.
Next co-angler coming away in, starting in 8th place from Mesquite, Texas. He's got 3 top 10s with FLW. You guys welcome Mark Howard.
All right, Mark, come on up. Jason Johnson sits in 6th place, trying to finish 10th or better for the co-angler points title. And we got 8 guys left. Here we go, Mark. Mark Howard, Texas co-angler, had 21 pounds, 1 ounce on day 1. Great start. After 2 days, he finds himself in 8th place to dethrone John Wilson. You're going to need 17 pounds, 13 ounces. A 5 bass limit for Mark Howard worth. 11 pounds, 8 ounces moves you to 7th. Jason Johnson is in 6th. So he's got a sigh of relief. Hey, let's talk about you, Mark. You've had a great week this week, man.
I did. I had a great week. Setting in position to win this thing on day 1. Fished with Jim Moynia, and he was absolutely on a school that wouldn't quit. And he got his quick. I had to really work for mine, but it was worth the effort. Faltered a little bit yesterday. It was tough, and as you can see today, about the same thing the last 2 days. But you know, after Hartwell and after Rayburn, I'd pretty much give up hopes of going to the Cup. And of course, that's all of our dream. Well, I got to Beaver and got a 24th. Felt pretty good. Still wasn't sure if I'd even come here today. What do you know? I go and get a 30th and move up 19 spots at Pickwick. And I thought, man, I got a chance, but I need a top 20. The Lord blessed me. He's my provider. And here we are. And there's a good chance I'm going to make the cut, go to the Cup on this. So I'm excited. I'd like to thank my sponsors. Most of all, I'd like to thank my wife. She's so awesome. She's back doing a weigh-in. We run a North Texas tournament trail. She's dealing with the weigh-in and fishermen all day while I'm out here having fun catching bass. So she's awesome. Been with her 37 years. Best thing that ever happened to me on earth.
Awesome. Great job. Well said. Thank you so much, Mark. I wish you the best of luck trying to make that Forest Wood Cup.
Next co-angler coming to today started 7th place, traded in the NFL football for a rod and reel from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. His first cut of the year. You guys give it up for Tony Bennett.
Former NFL star Tony Bennett, good to see you, sir. Easy. Good to see you, man. I asked him yesterday, I said, man, what's harder, football or fishing? He's like, man, fishing. Football, you know the plays, man. That's easy. Tony Bennett, a great year. Started on day one with 19 pounds and 7 ounces, 13 pounds, 12 ounces yesterday. Had him in 7th place. All right, so to take over the lead from John Wilson, you need 17 pounds, 3 ounces, basically your day one sack. He says, not today, Chris. Tony, 3 bass, 3 good ones, worth 8 pounds and 6 ounces, moves you to 11th place. So not going to win this thing, Tony, but you've had a great week. You caught a lot of Kentucky Lake bass.
I tell you what, I live in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Okeechobee is a great fishery. This lake has a ton of fish. I just got to get smart and figure out how to catch them.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Well, a great finish this week. What's, I guess, one key bait that really got you all the way to the cut?
Oh, don't ask that question. Hammer. The hammer swim bait, about a 5-inch bait. The funny thing with this bait is it's got a black back, it's got a yellow stripe down the side. My friend Shad Skank that fishes the John Deere boat, he's a pro, FLW pro. His name is Shad, his wife's name is Sarah. The bait is called Sarah Shad. Imagine that, huh?
There you go, Tony. We'll have a great check for you today. Tony Bennett catching them every day this week, man. Great job.
6 co-anglers left. Next up from Somerset, Kentucky, his first cut of the season. Y'all welcome Brian Wilson.
All right, good to see you, Brian. Update on Jason Johnson. He's trying to make it 10th or better. He sits in 6th with 6 guys left. Brian Wilson, here we go. Kentucky co-angler comes into today in 6th place with 34 pounds even to take the lead from John Wilson. You need 16 pounds and 6 ounces. Here we go. A 5 bass limit for Brian Wilson worth 15 pounds, 5 ounces, moves you to 2nd. So not going to take the lead. You're about 1 pound, 1 ounce shy of the lead. Great tournament, man.
It was. It was kind of a roller coaster getting here. Last Friday, Bill Taylor called me and said, Brian, I got bad news. You're out of the tournament. We had a boater pull out. So I thought I was out. And then Sunday morning, he calls back and said, Brian, you're back in the tournament. We had a co-angler pull out. So woo! I was nervous the whole time. Been looking forward all year to getting to come to Kentucky Lake. I love this type of fishing. It's what I live for, and I really enjoy fishing all the FLW tournaments. There's no way I'd ever fish any other tournament trail.
Thank you so much, Brian. That means so much. Any fine folks here that you want to say hello to or watch you back in Somerset?
Sure. I'd like to say a special thanks to Pittsburgh Marine, Ranger Boats, Evan Road Outboard. And I'd like to say a special thanks to Charisma Shelton. She's back at Cumberland Pro holding down the fort for me, and all the guys and ladies back at the furniture store taking care of business while I'm gone.
Let's hear it for Brian's hard work this week. Great job to you. Sits in 2nd place, definitely a top 10 finish.
5 left. Next co-angler starting in 5th place from Hobart, Indiana. His first cut of the year, Kyle Proscalo.
Woo, good to see you, Kyle. 5 guys left. Jason Johnson sits in 7th place. And Kyle, a great tournament for you. In 5th place with 34 pounds and 6 ounces to take the lead from John Wilson. You need 16 pounds even. How many do you have in there?
There's 5, but it's not going to happen.
Said 5 bass limit. He says no kickers, Chris. We're going to find out. Kyle, here we go. Kyle Proscalo, 5 today, worth 12 pounds, 12 ounces, moves you to 6th place, moves Jason Johnson to 8th place. Man, this Kellogg's Co-Angler Points title is getting interesting. Let's talk about your week, Kyle. You've had a great week this week. Going to win some money today?
Some. Good week. Caught them on just about everything.
Ledges, definitely?
All the time.
Deep?
No, 10 to 20. Mixed it up. I had 3 really good anglers. Jacob Wheeler, Shane LaHue, and today Jim Moyna.
Very good pros. All right, man. Anybody watching you back in Indiana you want to say hello to on FLW Live?
My whole family's right here. I got my wife, Nicole, my son, Braden, Skylar, Cody, my mom and dad. Thanks for coming. I love you guys. Oh, and my sister, Natalie.
There you go, man. Let's hear it for his hard work this week. Congratulations to you, Kyle Proscalo. Top 10 finish sits in 6th place.
Here we go. 4 left. Jason Johnson right now in 8th place. Again, he's got to finish in the top 10 to win that Co-Angler of the Year title. Next up, 4th place from Kirkwood, Missouri. His first tour cut of the year, Joe McClary.
All right, good to see you, sir. Looks like you got a pretty good sack of fish. Joe, on day 1, weighed in 18.8. Yesterday, 17.7. Joe, you can step on up here. I want you to see the scales with me, man. You're sitting 4th place with 35 pounds and 15 ounces to dethrone the current leader, South Carolina's John Wilson. You need 14.7, a limit of bass today for Joe McClary. Worth, new leader, 18 pounds, 2 ounces, new leader. Let's get those fish in some water. We'll see your 2 best bass, but come on over here first, Joe. 3 great days for you. 18 pounds, 17 pounds, 18 pounds.
Man, I got to tell you, this has been a phenomenal week. Like the other guy up here, Bill Taylor called me, said I was out, called me back, said I was in. I'm tickled to death to be here.
You guys just need to sign up quicker, you know?
That's right. But what a phenomenal 3 days of fishing. Skip Johnson was on just a school of fish today like you wouldn't believe. And breaks my heart. He lost a few big ones, but we'll see if he can make a cut as well. You got it. And I'd like to thank Belleville Sports. They keep my Ranger running and allow me to get down here and practice as much as I can so I can fish with you guys. I also want to say hi to Jenna, my fiance at home. How you doing, babe? And thanks to my dad who's sitting over here who took me fishing when I was just a pup.
That's what it's all about. Let's see them. Let's see your 2 best bass. He's your new leader. 54 pounds and 1 ounce in 3 days. Behind the best pros in the business today is Joe McClary. All right, Joe, don't go far. The leader for now, Jason Johnson, sits in 9th. We got 3 guys left. 3 guys left.
Let's bring our next co-angler up to the scales. Pretty safe. 26th in the points race coming into this event. He won the coveted Forest Wood Cup title out of the back of the boat as a co-angler. So you guys welcome from Independence, Missouri, Theo Corcoran.
Good to see you, Theo, as always.
How you doing, Chris? Great day.
I'm doing great, buddy, doing great. You're reigning Forest Wood Cup champion, Theo Corcoran, who had 22 pounds, 6 ounces on day 1. Backed that up yesterday with 13.10. He sits in 3rd place with 36 pounds even. To dethrone Joe McClary, you're going to need 18 pounds and 1 ounce. Today, Theo has 2 bass. That'll weigh 4 pounds and 3 ounces, moves you to 16th place. There you are, sir. So, not going to win this thing, but what a great tournament you've had, anchored by that 22-pound day 1 bag.
Oh, yeah, no, that first day when I fished with my buddy Skip Johnson, it was awesome. I was in rhythm. I felt like I could make them fish bite all day, and, you know, I'd call my shots and make them bite. But real quick, though, I would like to thank my sponsors, or at least the companies that have helped me throughout the year. Lou's Reels, they're smooth as silk. If you guys look for a reel, go check them out. Brand New Rocks Productions, they built me a website. It looks great. Power pole, I mean, before, you know, this spring, I caught a bunch of big smallmouth up north bed fishing. If it wasn't for my power pole, I wouldn't have been able to do that. And then my family, my mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, it's the first time they see me up on stage. They drove all the way from Michigan this morning. So, hey, guys.
That's awesome.
And my mom's got my lucky fishing hat, so it's a good day.
It's a great day. All right, Theo, I'll see you at the Forest Wood Cup, where you'll try to repeat your victory from last year. Theo Corcoran, this is interesting. 2 guys left. Jason Johnson's in 9th. Jason.
Woo, here we go. All right, next co-angler came into this tournament 38th in the points race. Got to be in the top 35, so he's 3 out right now. From Macon, Georgia, you guys welcome Joshua Weaver.
Where is Jason Johnson at? Is he around here? Is he just too nervous to watch? Or?
I think he's hiding somewhere around back.
I would be too, probably.
We'll find him.
We need to find him. Josh Weaver, Macon, Georgia co-angler, comes into today in 2nd place with 36 pounds and 12 ounces, 36-12. To dethrone Joe McClary, put yourself in contention for the win, you need 17 pounds and 5 ounces. Jason Johnson, who sits in 9th place with 45.2, watches on. Your current Co-angler points leader Braxton Setzer watches on FLW Live. Here we go. Josh Weaver looking for 17.5, limit today. No giants, quantity, not quality. 12 pounds and 8 ounces moves you to 4th place with 49.4. Jason Johnson now is in 10th place with 1 guy left. Man, all right, let's talk about your tournament this week. That should punch your ticket to this year's Cup.
Yeah, that was my main goal coming into this tournament, was to make the top 20 and make the Cup. I had 3 great boaters. Steve McKinney on the first day, put me on them. Chad Grigsby yesterday, and then Scott Martin today. And it's just been a great tournament. I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Without him, I wouldn't have been able to do all this that he's blessed me with this week. I'd also like to thank my mom and dad and my girlfriend for driving all the way from Georgia to come see me yesterday.
That's what it's all about. Thank you so much, Josh. Hopefully we'll see you at the Forcewood Cup. That should have punched your ticket. Jason Johnson, nervous. You're sitting at 10th, man. 1 guy left. Lots going on. Co-angler points title on the line. Kentucky Lake Championship on the line.
Man, we said that Jason, if he finishes 10th or higher, he automatically wins. Right now, he's in 10th with 1 angler to go. If he sits in 11th place, there's a tiebreaker at stake. All right, we take whoever he's in a tie with. You take the total weight for the entire season for both Jason and Braxton Setzer, who he's competing against right now. Whoever has the most weight after 6 events, that's how you break the tie, all right?
And that means
right
Jason needed 11-14. He had over 14 pounds today, so he's got the
So
tiebreaker.
if it comes down to a tiebreaker, he may be the winner. We'll have to see. We'll make this official with 1 angler left. But first, we got to crown a champion, and we've got 1 guy standing between the title, and it's this guy right here. You guys give it up for your Day 3 leader from Conway, Arkansas. 2 top 10s with FLW, Cody Kelly.
All right, man. Good to see you, sir. Cody Kelly from Conway, Arkansas comes into today as your leader. And we need to bring Joe back to the stage at this time. Joe McClary, because this is our crowning moment. We've eliminated the entire co-angler field except for these 2 guys. This is a TV-making moment. So when I crown the champion, I need you to make some noise. Can you do that for me? Paris, Tennessee. All right, I want you to get loud on this. Jason looks on. Jason unofficially will win on the tiebreaker. All that'll be official in a few minutes. But Cody Kelly, to dethrone your current leader, Joe McClary, you need 14 pounds and 14 pounds and 4 ounces. 14.4. Here we go. 5 bass limit today. Looking for 14.4 for Cody Kelly. 15 pounds even. Your champion is Cody Kelly. Wow. Joe.
Cody Kelly from Conway, Arkansas. Wow. Your co-angler champion on Kentucky Lake. Woo! Showing off some beautiful Kentucky Lake bass. The title of champion here to make the check presentation. On behalf of our title sponsor, Evinrude, please welcome Krista Heidergerken.
Cody, congratulations. On behalf of Evinrude Outboards, nice job. Congrats.
$20,000. Woo! $20,000. The title of co-angler. Come on, man. Where you going, Cody? Get out here. You got to soak up this is the last tournament of the year, man. You better soak up the limelight as much as you can. We got the goods right here. This can go on your shelf, your headrest, whatever you want to do with it. Put it on the hood of your car. Hold that up, man. That says you finished #1 at Kentucky Lake. How about that? Co-angler champion, 45 pounds and 2 ounces. He won by 1 pound. Nope.
No, he won by about 7
he did.
or 8
There we go.
ounces.
54.9.
Yep. Congratulations.
8 ounces. Unbelievable. We're going to talk about this for a second because I believe coming into this event, do you remember where you were in the Angler of the Year points race coming into this event?
You betcha I do.
Where were you?
35th.
What did I say? You had to be in the top 35 to qualify for the Cup. He was right on the bubble, and you walked away winning this thing. Not only are you taking home this, but, man, you just punched your ticket to go to Columbia, South Carolina. What's going on in your brain?
To be honest with you, I didn't think there was any chance I had it. You know, I kind of had an idea what I had. Thought it was more like 13 and a half. And I saw it came up, and I didn't think there's a chance in the world. And you know, I've made a few cuts, and I hadn't won anything more than to win one of these in a long time.
So what worked? I mean, what was it about Kentucky Lake? Was it a spot you were on? Of course, if you don't know how this works, a co-angler is randomly paired with a different pro every day. So you have no idea what style the pro is going to do the whole day. You have no idea where they're going to be on the lake. You have to be that versatile in the back of the boat. So what came together that obviously made you succeed?
You know, these guys are good. It's tough to fish behind them. They're like somebody earlier said, they're like vacuums. So you got to find one little bait or one thing you can do to catch a few. And I actually had a little something in my back pocket all week. It's a new bait that Crocketer Bait Company has. It's a Swamp Bug Senior. It's a little something I guarantee you not too many people are throwing.
That thing looks a little crazy.
It is a little crazy.
Tell me about it. What you were doing?
Well, early in the first day, we're throwing some drop shots around, so we're catching a few brim, and everything's real big on shad out here. And I may not know what I'm talking about, but that looks a lot like a brim. Start throwing it around, slow rolling it, catching a few and stuck with it. You know, I mean, each day I maybe caught 8 or 9 keepers. It wasn't fast and furious like Kentucky Lake normally is.
Man, so now you thought this was going to be the end of the road for you, which I know would have been a disappointment, being right on the bubble. But now you definitely go to the Forestwood Cup. Have you been to Lake Murray? I mean, what's the plan? Now you got to start planning for the Cup. You only got about 6 weeks.
We're going to go try to catch them there. I've never been to half the lakes we went to this year, and that usually seems to pan out pretty good. So we're going to keep swinging there, hopefully make a Rayovac championship too, and make it to the Cup next year as well.
And you still got a lot going on in 2014. Anyone out here in the crowd? Anyone back in Conway, Arkansas? I'm from Little Rock, by the way, so I'm just down the road. Come on, let's go Razorbacks. All right, anyone watching online that you want to give a shout-out to?
Yeah, I have people all over Arkansas watch me. The support's been crazy. And my fiance and my best bro right there actually came in. I had no idea they were coming. They're saying we're not going to be able to make it, and I didn't see them until I walked up on stage, so them for sure.
They got a pretty good seat right next to Mr. Forrest L. Wood. Are you taking pictures or video right now? Video? Do we need to pose? Get in here, Chris. Oh, he's over there working. What's up? There we go. We got a little celebration selfie. Oh, you ready? You ready to take a picture? Now you got to switch over to picture. Here we go. No one else gets to do this. This is for FLW Live. All right, we got you right there. You're champion. You're going to the Forestwood Cup. Oh, you know what else I forgot to give you? Our co-angler program also had Bridgeford Foods came on board here the second half of the year. You can find beef jerky, all kind of good meats and stuff inside Walmart. But the highest finishing, the winner on the co-angler side, if they're wearing a Bridgeford patch or T-shirt, they get a $250 Walmart gift card, plus a year's supply of beef jerky. I mean, really, you can die a happy man right there. Congratulations to you, Cody. Nice job one more time. Your co-angler champion, $20,000 richer. He is going to be set to go to Lake Murray and compete against the best co-anglers on the planet because of this win. Congratulations right there.
Congratulations.
Nice job, Cody.
So Cody's crowned champion. We got another champion to crown as well.
Coming into this event, your reigning co-angler of the year, your points leader coming to this event was right here, Mr. Braxton Setzer. Coming up here, Braxton. You guys give it up for him, man. To be at the top at the end of the season, this guy has led all year. Now you guys welcome Jason Johnson, who just finished in 11th place at this event. We told you 11th place means a tiebreaker. You came into this event in 4th place. Woo! Man, if you're creating a TV show, does it get more dramatic than this? It's like we scripted it.
Yeah, we've got both guys finished with 1,054 points. So the tiebreaker's determined on total weight, and you needed 1114 today. You had 14-something pounds. So officially, your Kellogg's co-angler points champion is Gainesville, Georgia's Jason Johnson. Let's hear it for Jason Johnson.
Congratulations, Braxton. A fantastic 2014. We will see him at the Forestwood Cup. Jason Johnson out of North Georgia, home of Lake Lanier, where we've had the cup a couple times. Kissing the trophy. Come on, man. Let's talk. And we just had you up here. I know you were hoping for a little more room between you and Braxton going into this thing, but man, that was pretty close. Nice and dramatic.
Oh yeah, yesterday, you know, the first day Braxton slipped a little bit, and I was out there with Thrift yesterday, and I wasn't nervous fishing. And he told me, he said, man, you cool, calm, and collective for somebody with Co-Angler of the Year on the line. Well, Braxton jacked him yesterday, so it made it, you know, back where I had to catch him today. And I wasn't nervous today. I was fishing with my buddy Cody Meyer. Caught so many fish today, but I was culling. I probably culled 20 times about 1 ounce at a time, just building up, building up, building up. Finally got a big bite. We was out in the big water with like 7-footers, lost it. Cody was feeling horrible. He thought that was it. And I wasn't nervous then, but then when I weighed in, I went back there and got on my phone and was watching the leaderboard. Every person that clicked down, I was getting more and more nervous. I mean, down. And me and Braxton, the cool thing is we've stayed together a lot this year. And last night, we shook each other's hands and we said, at least the trophy's coming back to our house tonight.
That's awesome. Well, Chris and I thought there might have to be some kind of, I don't know, like an arm wrestling match or something for a tiebreaker to see who walked away with this thing. Listen, let's hope that some of this excitement rubs off on your partner. He was with Cody Meyer, who also is up for this same title on the pro side. It's between him and Andy Morgan. So he's probably hoping some good luck rubs off on him. All right, so here you go. You're heading to the Forrest Wood Cup, Columbia, South Carolina, Lake Murray, as the #1 co-angler in the world. Any stress, any excitement, any extra confidence, or this means really nothing when you hit the water?
No, I mean, just go there and fish. I know it's got blueback herons. It don't have spotted bass, but it has blueback herons like my home lake, Lake Lanier does. So it'll fish a little bit similar. But, you know, I owe a lot of this. This is my 3rd year doing it. The first year I practiced with Brett Hite, which is in the cut. Last year I practiced with Cody Meyer, which is in the cut. This year I've been practicing with Brent Eller. So when you practice with 3 guys like that, they're the 3 top, you know, the best in the world. This happens eventually. I mean, you learn.
Surround yourself by greatness and it rubs off.
I mean, yeah, you learn so much from them, and the co-angler deal is the best experience. I mean, I was waiting to the cup to announce this, but
drum roll, here we go. Big news, you said it a while ago. We can't wait 6 weeks. So now that you have this, go ahead and share.
So I did the co-angler deal to try to learn more shallow water type fishing because I'm really comfortable deep, and I just knew a lot of these lakes you can't fish deep. You got to fish shallow. So I gave myself 3 years to do the co-angler deal, and I got a little bit of help coming for next year, and I'm going to go ahead and announce I'm stepping up in 2015 to the front of the boat.
Come on. Now we're going to be saying on the pro side, Jason Johnson. We've been waiting for 3 years to say that. We knew that he was ready. That takes a lot of patience on your end to learn that and tell yourself, all right, man, I'm ready. I'm ready to take that step. So the 20 pros that are making their way up to the tanks, they need to be looking out for this guy. Be looking for Rookie of the Year in 2015, Jason Johnson. Grab that one more time, man, to make sure everyone online, all our magazine crew gets to see our 2014 Kellogg's Co-Angler of the Year. It goes to Jason Johnson. Well deserved, my friend. We will see you in Columbia, South Carolina. Woo! All right, you guys ready to see the top 20 pros? Yes, you are. A super quick word from our sponsor, Evinrude, and we'll get this going for you guys.
I spend 15 to 20 weeks a year away from home. It's a lot of travel time on the road. My name is Brian Thrift. I'm from Shelby, North Carolina. I'm a professional bass fisherman.
The biggest fish I've ever caught was about this big. My name is Thais Tufi. I'm an engineer for Chevy Silverado. I believe truck owners need something that's strong and durable. They also need the connectivity aspect of it.
Family is everything to me. I need to stay in touch with them. Being gone a lot does not mean I'm out of touch with them at all.
Chevy MyLink is about staying connected and bringing the best experience to the customer. Now you have the whole truck working with you to give you this experience. You have natural voice recognition. I can speak to my truck just like I speak to you.
Call home.
Calling.
I can talk to him going down the road, so I get to hang out with him just like I was at home.
Contacts and music are easily synced with MyLink. The information from your phone is transferred to our system, and you can get to the contact phone number, the address. If you want to route to that contact, you just click on it. The directions are going to be generated to route you to that location.
MyLink navigation helps me all the time when I'm going to a tournament. I use it to find where bridges cross the lake, boat ramps, the quickest route to those ramps, so I'm not wasting time early in the morning when I should be out there fishing.
These days, people have multiple devices, tablets, smartphones, USB drives. You can pair up to 10 devices via Bluetooth.
Oh yeah, I think everyone wants their tools, and for me, my tools are my boat and my truck.
A tough truck gets you to point B, but a strong truck gets you connected to everything and everyone.
From bass and walleye to crappie and the great outdoors, you deserve more than old school aluminum. Experience the quality, performance, and fishability of a Ranger aluminum design. Coupled with Evinrude E-Tech's power, performance, and 300 hours with no dealer scheduled maintenance, these advanced designs from Ranger are engineered to excel and priced to be yours. Experience more with Evinrude E-Tech.
All right, there you have it. Once again, Evinrude is our title sponsor. Our thanks to them. I meant to mention a while ago, Jason Johnson also walks away with a brand new Ranger Z518C powered by a 200 horsepower Evinrude. So that's going to be nice, dragging that all around the country. So congratulations to him. Also, we mentioned the new G2 Evinrude right there on the back of this Ranger. Tomorrow, if you want to come out to takeoff, 7:30 to 11:30, they'll be having some demo rides if you want to see what it feels like to have 250 horsepower pushing you down the lake. So make sure you guys come out and support Evinrude tomorrow. All right, there we go. You guys ready to get this started? Come on, Paris, Tennessee. Hang with me.
Let's do it.
We're going to get through this. We're going to do it fast. We're going to cut down to the top 10. Who's going to be fishing for one final day for a shot at $125,000. Here we go. Start 20th place. Here's your former Rookie of the Year, making his second cut of the season from Montevallo, Alabama. Y'all make some noise for Evinrude Ranger Pro, Clint Davis.
Good to see you, Clint. Former FLW Tour Rookie of the Year comes into today in 20th place, but there's only 7 pounds and 3 ounces that separates 20th from first. So 11 through 20 will get paid back today, and the top 10 will go on and fish tomorrow for a $125,000 first place prize. Here we go. Clint Davis, you come into today in 20th place with 39 pounds and 13 ounces to take the lead from Tom Reddington, who sits on top of the hill with 46 pounds, 15 ounces. You need just 7 pounds and 3 ounces. Here we go. 5 today for Clint Davis, worth 22 pounds, 14 ounces. You're the new leader, 62 pounds and 11 ounces. Let's get some water on those fish. We'll let you hold up a couple, and let's talk about it, man. Right now, you're in the top 10 easily.
Yeah, you know, hopefully I'll get to go again tomorrow. I had a terrible day yesterday and slipped up, but hopefully I made up for it today.
Catching your fish deep, they replenishing.
I am. I'm catching my fish on a Mr. Twister Max Sensation. It's like a little worm is what it is, and I'm also throwing when I get them suspended. I'm throwing. It's a new spoon out by my good buddy Ben Parker. It's an 8-inch giant 3-ounce spoon, and you know when I find them suspended on the graph, I'm catching them on that.
All right, buddy. Let's see your 2 best bass. He is your new leader, 22 pounds, 14 ounces for Clint Davis. Puts him at 62.11. A great day for the Alabama Pro, Clint Davis. Trying to catch him for about the 3rd time today. There you go.
Don't stop till everything's gone. Straight ahead, never turn around. Don't back up, don't back down. A full throttle, wide open.
There you go, Clint Davis. All right, we'll see if he makes the top 10 cut. 1 down, 19 left. It's going to be a shootout for the top 10, Jason.
Here we go, Chris Jones. Starting in 19th place from Cadence, Kentucky. His second cut of the year, Long John Silver's pro, Ramey Colson Jr.
I'm on a first name basis.
I like it. I like your music, man.
Pretty good, ain't it?
That's pretty good. Here we go, Ramey Colson Jr. 22 pounds, 8 ounces yesterday, anchored 39 pounds and 13 ounces in round 1. That had you in 19th place. To take the lead from Clint Davis, you need 22 pounds and 14 ounces. Right now, Andy Morgan sits in 10th. And to get into the top 10, you know that weight will change, but you just need 214 right now. Let's see what you got. Ramey Colson, 5 bass limit, worth 18 pounds and 1 ounce, moves you to 2nd place with 57.14. Ramey, let's talk about it. 57.14, you think that you going fishing tomorrow?
I think it's going to be a few out. You know, I'm looking at 19 or 20.
at least. You know, you're fishing against some good guys out here on a great lake, you know.
Absolutely. But you're in the cup now, man.
I guaranteed that, you know, with this finish for sure. And, you know, and especially like today, I had my whole family, my wife, my son, and everybody in a pontoon watching me fish and catch my first limit and stay with me, you know, till they got tired and went in. But anyway, it was, where else can you go do that, you know?
That's pretty awesome, man. Boy, I sure am hungry. Know where I can find something to eat?
I would definitely try to find me a Long John Silver store somewhere here close, for sure.
Got you, dude.
If it wasn't for, you know, my sponsors, Long John Silver, Sheffield Financial, Avenue Outboards, and Bullet Boats, you know, I could not be out here doing what I'm doing, you know, and you know, that's what it amounts to, you know.
Gotcha.
You know, I just want to thank everybody here, all the home crowd. I mean, I feel like a homeboy anyway. I'm not too far from here, but and all my family for coming.
You dang right. Spoken from the heart. Doesn't get any better than that. Ramey Coulson Jr. punches his ticket to the cup.
Next pro starting in 18th place, two-time FLW Tour champion. 5th in the Angler of the Year points race coming in this event from West Memphis, Arkansas, Walmart Pro, Mark Rose.
You know, Mark, people always say ledge master, structure fit, great structure fit, which is all true. But you know, if I recall, let's see, Sam Rayburn, Red River, and you kind of like the shallow water fish as well. We're going to talk about that and who you have with you here in just a second. But first, down to business. You come into today with 39 pounds and 15 ounces, good enough for 18th place for the Walmart Pro Team angler Mark Rose. To take over the lead from Clint Davis, you need 22 pounds and 12 ounces. Mark size. Here we go, a limit of bass. Worth 12 pounds, 13 ounces. Does move you to 3rd place. Let's step over here, Mark. 51 pounds, 12 ounces. So not going to win this event, but you come into this event in 5th place in the points race, going to another Forest Wood Cup, and you've had a great year, and you're with her. By the way, who is she?
This is my youngest daughter, Hannah Grace. Yeah, it was just not a good day for me out on the water. Just everything just went wrong. It was just one of those days. I fished to win, Chris. I did not think about trying to make the top 10 cut. Didn't try. I was looking at whatever the top place was, and that's where I wanted to be. And I ran from the dam all the way to New Johnsonville, and I'd make 5 casts, and there were so many schools that they're just loaded, and I could have picked up a drop shot and, you know, put together 17, 18 pounds, but that's not how I fish. I fish to win, and that plan has worked out for me before, and it's made me a lot of money, especially right here in front of these fine folks on the Tennessee River, and I just have to thank the good Lord for, you know, all year long, everything has just went. I've just had a blessed year, like you said. I didn't have to worry about the Forest Wood Cup in this one, and I just fished relaxed, and everything went well. I have to thank all my sponsors, Walmart, FLW, Ranger, Mercury, Strike King, just everybody that supports me. First and foremost, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I'm nothing without Him. He's my everything. And my family, you know, it takes a special wife to put up with a tour and Bass Pro, because I'm away from some girls that I'm awful fond of, my 2 daughters and my wife, you know, while I'm out here on the road, and I miss a lot. And so, but the Lord has blessed us with a lot. You know, we got a good off season together where I'm real involved in outdoor ministry and my family. So I have to thank them. I have to thank all the good folks around the Tennessee River. You guys are great out there on the water. Some of the most courteous people that you ever run across, and I just can't say enough how much I'm blessed to just be a part of this organization and be able to perform out in front of some great fans.
Thank you so much. Well said, sir. Walmart Pro Mark Rose with Hannah Grace. Here we go. This guy's got a lot on the line, Jason.
Here we go. 2nd in the Angler of the Year points race coming in this event. 2nd place. This tournament will decide whether he walks away champion or not. From Auburn, California, starting in 17th place for Appel Pro, Cody Meyer.
All right, man. Eye of the Tiger. That's kind of our thing, all right? That was his theme song at the Cup several times. He's made the top 5 at the Forest Wood Cup 3 times in his career. Comes into this event 8 points off of the Kellogg's Angler of the Year points race title against a guy who he calls the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Andy Morgan. All right, man, let's do it. 40 pounds and 2 ounces had you in 17th place, Cody. To take the lead from Clint Davis, you need 22 pounds and 9 ounces. Anything close to that is going to help you get into the top 10. So here we go. Cody Meyer, 5 bass limit today, worth 18 pounds, 12 ounces, moves you to second place with 58.14. Woo! You and the GOAT, man, if both you guys make the top 10 cut, this is going to get real interesting tomorrow.
You know, it really would. I mean, I hope to God that it does, but I've seen some of the bags back there, and unfortunately, I'm going to fall a little bit short. But you know what? Andy is a great guy. I call him the GOAT. I say that he's the greatest of all time. He catches them every day. Couldn't happen to a nicer person. And this year has been an absolute blast. I mean, I can't even complain about it, even if I do finish second place in the points, because I haven't had a bad tournament. So, you know, what do you say? I mean, I got to thank my sponsors, Rappel, you know, FLW, Ranger, Evinrude. Have made it to every single weigh-in of my professional career in a Ranger and Evinrude. So, I mean, how many guys can say that? You know, Shimano, Jackal, HighesTackleBoxShop.com, Top This, Typhoon, Power Pole. I mean, there's so many of them. Cannot fish without the support I've had from my friends and family, my wife, Carrie, out there. And just a great year. And now I can really focus on the Forest Wood Cup.
Absolutely, where you've always done well, looking for a win there. All right, man, are you going to sit back and just kind of watch Andy Morgan weigh in here in a few minutes?
Yeah, I'm going to sit back and watch me get bumped out of the top 10 and congratulate him.
That's exactly right. And one more time, Andy Morgan, the GOAT stands for what now?
The greatest of all time. That's what he is. He'll be up here shortly.
I love it, man. Let's hear it for Auburn, California's Cody Meyer, doing well as usual, sits in second place.
Another good year for this next pro.
Let's make Tennessee.
Out of Dayton, Tennessee, 9th in the Angler of the Year points race coming to this event. Finished second just a couple weeks ago on Pickwick. You guys give it up for Michael Neal.
Good to see you, sir. Michael Neal from Dayton, Tennessee, who looking to make another Forest Wood Cup in his sophomore season on the FLW Tour. 22 pounds, 4 ounces on day one, 17.14 yesterday. And in great shape in this event. Caught over 90 pounds 3 weeks ago and finished second on Lake Pickwick to Greg Hackney. Michael Neal, to take over the lead from Clinton Davis, you need 22 pounds and 9 ounces. Here we go. A 5 bass limit for Michael Neal, worth 21 pounds, 5 ounces, moves you to second place with 61 pounds and 7 ounces of Kentucky Lake bass. Let's talk about it, man. You're in second place, Michael. It's probably where you need to be right now.
Yeah, I just hope I got enough to make top 10. Today was pretty tough on me. I didn't catch but maybe 8 or 10 keepers where I've been catching 15 or 20. But had to slow down, drag a jig, and worm a little bit today. And that's really not my style, but sometimes it comes down to it. You got to do it.
I guarantee you got to do it. You covered a lot of water, got a lot of spots out there. Your fish definitely seem to be replenishing.
Yeah, they're replenishing. My co-anglers had between 15 and 18 pounds every day. So I'm around a lot of fish. They seem to be staying there, and even a few getting a little bigger. So hopefully tomorrow I can get out there and maybe a few more bigger ones to show up.
All right, there you go. Any final words for anybody here watching you on FLW Live in Dayton, Tennessee?
I just like to thank all my sponsors, Lunker Hunt, Bullet Boats, Yamaha Motors. Without them, I really couldn't be here. Sunline, Cash and Rods. It's the best rods out there.
Let's hear it for Tennessee's Michael Neal. Over 21 pounds, day 3 stringer. Has him in second place, Jason.
Here we go from Springville, Alabama, starting in 15th place, his second cut of the year. He just qualified for the Forest Wood Cup yesterday. You guys give it up for Straight Talk Wireless Pro, Scott Canterbury.
Good to see you, Scott.
Thank you, Chris. Good to see you, bud.
Absolutely. I'm going to talk to Scott here shortly about his thoughts on this tournament and the upcoming Forest Wood Cup, where he finished second just a few years ago from $500,000. But first, down to business. Scott Canterbury, former Rookie of the Year, comes into day 3 in 15th place with 40 pounds, 13 ounces to take over the lead from Clint Davis, who's the king of the hill. You need 21 pounds and 14 ounces. Here we go. 5 bass limit. For the Straight Talk Wireless Pro Team angler Scott Canterbury, worth looking for 21.14. 21 pounds, 5 ounces. You're 9 ounces off the lead. Whoa. All right, we'll get those fish on some water and bring those back. We'll take a look at your 2 best bass today, but let's talk about is it going to be enough to make the cut? The word is you guys sacked them up big today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've had a blast out here. You know, I've been putting those halo rods to the test all week, and you got to have the best equipment to do this. And I mean, I've got the best equipment, the best sponsors, but I don't know if it's going to be enough or not. I've caught 20 pounds every day, and I mean, I'm in 15th going into it, so I don't have any idea. I mean, we got some of the best in the world behind me. I'm interested to see how it's going to turn.
Real quickly, Forest Wood Cup, you did it.
Yeah, I did it. That was the goal coming in this week, and I wanted to make sure that I worked as hard as anybody in this tournament. Not necessarily to win the tournament, to make sure I made that cup. I was on the bubble, I had to work my way in, and it worked out good for me. I was really blessed this week.
Job well done. Let's see them. You know what I'm going to ask you? Let's see your 2 best bass. Let's go. Here we go. Scott Canterbury, 21 pounds, 5 ounces today. Wow, let's hear it for his hard work. He sits in second with 62 pounds, 2 ounces, 9 ounces off the lead. All right, Scott, we will see you back on the stage, hopefully, at the end of the weigh-in for the top 10 meeting. Good luck to you.
Starting in 14th place from Petersburg, Indiana, 7 top 10s with FLW. You guys welcome Subway Ranger Pro, John Voiles.
Good to see you, Subway Pro Team angler John Voiles, Indiana Pro, who weighed in 24 pounds, 7 ounces yesterday. Sits in 14th place with 41 pounds and 7 ounces. And we have seen the bar raised a little bit. To dethrone Clint Davis, to put yourself in first place, you need 21 pounds and 4 ounces. It's going to be tight. You got a good sack of fish again today. John Voiles, here we go. 5 today, worth 20 pounds and 1 ounce. So the weights are bunching up. That's got you in 3rd place, John. Let's take a little stroll over here, man. What gut feeling? You going fishing tomorrow?
I think I'll be a little short, but it's been a good day.
It has been a great time. How'd you catch a 24-pound bag yesterday?
Well, I struggled.
You don't want to give out too much information.
I struggled all day yesterday, and then I finally pulled up on a spot, and I had like 5 15-inchers, and I catch a 7.7. And that called out a 15-incher. And I told my co-angler, I was like, let's slide over this other little point here. Me and my co-angler caught a couple just keepers there the other day and pulled over there and just went to wrecking them. So that's how that day went. I mean, you just never know. I mean, you can have a bad day go to a great day in 30 minutes, and that's what happened yesterday.
I hear you. Yeah, hey Harper, Jason Harper. That never happens to us. I don't think we've never come in like you and Mark Rose and Randy Haynes. You come up, you're like, man, it was a tough day. I got 24 pounds, 7 ounces, but God, it was a struggle, Chris. Come on, man, what?
It was until about the last hour and a half of the day.
Well, do you have any fish left if you can make it tomorrow?
Well, that's a good question. I had to go to Plan D today. A, B, and C were all covered up. I couldn't get on any of it. So I went and, I caught every day this week. I've caught different fish on a different spot with a different bait. And today I caught them all on drop shot. So we'll see what they can do tomorrow.
Go sweat it out. Good luck to you. Let's hear it for John Voiles, Indiana Pro. It's in 3rd as of now.
This guy has been red hot the last couple of years. One of the hottest on the planet from Park Hill, Oklahoma. Starting in 13th place, 3-time tour champion, 7th in the Angler of the Year points race. He's got to give it up for Ranger Falcon Pro, Jason Christie.
Good to see you, Jason. One of the biggest names in the game today. A guy who just catches them all over the country, everywhere we go. Jason Christie had 22 pounds and 1 ounce on day 1. 19 pounds, 8 ounces yesterday. Had him in 13th place with 41 pounds, 9 ounces. Former collegiate basketball player who still holds a record That is college for most three-pointers in a game. That's awesome. Jason Christie, to take the lead from Clint Davis, you need 21 pounds and 2 ounces. Here we go. 5 today for the Oklahoma Pro. Worth 16 pounds, 14 ounces, has Jason Christie in 6th place. So 58 pounds and 7 ounces. Jason, are you fishing tomorrow?
No, there's 12 guys behind me is probably going to knock me down. So,
great tournament for you, man. You've caught them.
Yeah, I figured I had to catch a fish to make the cup. Yep. My first bite the first day was a 5-pounder, and after that I just relaxed. I think I was fishing deeper than most people, and with the wind and stuff, I couldn't get them to bite today. But, I've had a great tournament, great year so far, and I got to thank a lot of people, Ranger, Mercury, Cherokee Nation, Walmart. Walmart supports bass fishing, and you can go into Walmart right now and you can buy Falcon rods made in USA, lures, sunglasses, tools, all those things. It's got my name on it, and most of that stuff's what I use in the event this week. But, I think we should all support the people that support the things that we love, which is bass fishing.
Well said, man. All right, anybody watching you back in Oklahoma you want to give a shout-out to?
Well, my family, wife and kids in particular. I haven't been home since
February?
Yeah, about February, and I'll be headed home tonight, and can't wait to see them.
You got it. Let's hear it for Jason Christie. Punches his ticket this week to the Forest Wood Cup.
Another red-hot 2014 for this angler. He won the very first tournament of the season down on Lake Okeechobee. 2-time tour champion, his 4th cut of the year from Phoenix, Arizona. Y'all give it up for Ranger Pro, Brett Height.
Laid back, swirling like I'm George Jones. Smoke rolling out the window and ice cold beer sitting in the car.
The one thing I do not want to hear you say is how tough it was today. Here we go, Brett. Brett Height from Phoenix, Arizona was your day 1 leader with 24 pounds and 14 ounces. Heaviest stringer of the event so far. Yesterday, another solid 5 bass limit had him sitting in 12th place with 41 pounds and 11 ounces to dethrone our current leader, Clint Davis, who sits on top of the hill with 62.11. You need 21 pounds. 21 pounds will put you in 1st place. Brett Height looking for his 3rd major win of the season. Here we go. Looking for 21 even, new leader. 22 pounds and 11 ounces moves you to the top of the leaderboard. 64 pounds and 6 ounces of Kentucky Lake bass for the Arizona Pro, Brett Height. Take them all the way to the front, Brett. We're going to get the rest of them on water. Good job. He is on fire. Great job, Ranger Pro Brett Height. Let's talk, Brett. Another big stringer, man.
Yeah, it was a good day. I kind of got my spot kind of dialed in. Got a little trick up my sleeve, and kind of played a little defense this afternoon, and just kind of laid off them a little bit and caught a lot of fish. I mean, it's when you find one of these schools out here on Kentucky Lake, it's amazing what's down there. And when you find the school that has big ones in it, it's awesome. But I got to thank all my sponsors. First and foremost, I got to thank my wife. She's here. She supports me all the time, and she got to come out to this event, which is pretty cool. And next is Evinrude. They're one of my best sponsors, and not do they only make the most innovative products on the market, they're great people too, and have the best customer service in the industry.
That's what it's all about. This event presented by Evinrude E-Tech G2. That's a bad motor, man.
Yeah, it's going to change outboard technology for forever, pretty much. I mean, the things that they've improved and what they've done, it's definitely raised the bar.
Be cool to see an Evinrude Pro win this event presented by Evinrude. You are definitely in contention to do that. I think I'll be seeing you at the top 10 meeting. Let's hear it for the Ranger Pro, Brett Height, another big stringer of bass on day 3.
Next up, starting the day in 11th place from Albertville, Alabama. 7 top 10s with FLW. Can he add an 8th today? You guys welcome Alex Davis.
Is that a little voodoo child, Jimi Hendrix right there?
That's absolutely Jimi Hendrix.
You know I can play the guitar like that?
I doubt it.
Me too. All right, here we go. Alex Davis, man, yesterday weighed in a 23-pound, 13-ounce bag. Had him sitting in 11th place with 42 pounds and 2 ounces to take the lead from Arizona's Brett Height. You need 22 pounds and 4 ounces. You were better than that yesterday. Let's see if you found them again. A good, solid 5 bass limit. 15 pounds, 8 ounces. Alex, that moves you to 9th place. So let's step over here and talk about it. Not sure that you're fishing tomorrow, but hey, a great tournament for you this week.
Oh, I had a great time. Practice was fun. The first 2 tournaments, I probably caught 80 or 90 fish in the 2 days. So, I mean, I had a blast. I caught them all on a drop shot and a Shadowlicious swim bait. I'd like to thank my sponsors, Mercury, Power Pole, Shimano, Loomis, the Tackle Tribe, Chevy Boaz. Without them, I couldn't be here. And I'd like to thank my dad. He's standing over there. He's had to travel with me all year. Without him, it'd make my life a lot harder. So he makes it easy. My mom came and stayed. My girlfriend drove up, so I've had a great week.
Gotcha, man. Sounds like it. Hey, listen, anybody watching you back in Alabama you want to say hello to, an awesome tournament for you. You're going to bring them a lot of money.
I'd actually like to say hi to my great uncle, Dickie. He kind of got me into bass fishing, and without him, I probably wouldn't be here.
There you go. Let's hear it for his hard work this week. Alex Davis catching them on Kentucky Lake. Yes.
I got my shades on. Here we go. We're inside the top 10, making our way. One final day. Only the top 10 survive. From Gatlinburg, Tennessee, first cut of the season. You guys give it up for Ranger Pro Tim Malone.
All right, good to see you, Tim. All right, here we go. Tim Malone comes into today in 10th place after a 20-pound, 10-ounce bag on day 1, 21 pounds, 10 ounces on day 2. Had you in 10th place with 42.4. Now, there was a rules infraction today. You're aware of that, Tim, and I'm going to explain to the crowd. You had 6 fish in the live well, and you made a cast before you culled, so there's a 2-pound penalty. We'll get your thoughts on that in just a minute, let you talk about it. But first, let's get down to business. To make it into the top 10 right now, Tim, you need just 9 pounds, 8 ounces. That'll get you in the top 10. To take the lead from Brett Height, you need 22 pounds and 2 ounces. We're going to see how this all plays out. 5 today for Tennessee Pro Tim Malone, worth 23 pounds, 2 ounces. So officially it's going to move you to 2nd with 63.6. A great tournament for you. Let's get some water on those fish. We'll take a look at your 2 best bass. But let's talk about it, Tim. One of those deals, man. It happens sometimes.
Well, you know, it does happen. And, you know, when you play this game, a lot of people don't really understand the mental aspect of it. And if you're not focused all the time, something like this can happen. And unfortunately, it happened to me today. It's, you know, it's a tough break for me. You know, it would have really put me on up there pretty good. But hopefully I can survive and be back out there tomorrow. So we'll just wait and see what happens. But if I don't, you know, I want to thank a few people, you know, Typhoon Optics, Long Marketing, MotorMate Products, Bunch Marine. They've been a big help to me this year. You know, I've got so many people out there just that help me out. So it's really important, and I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, Tim. All right, man, let's see your 2 best bass. Tim Malone, 63 pounds and 6 ounces, has him officially in 2nd place. He's exactly 1 pound off the lead.
I got my shades on, top back, rolling with the music jack, one on the wheel, one around you, baby.
Great job, Tim. All right, Jason, we are now into that top 10, and this guy right here is a special guy.
Talking to one of the all-time greats this morning, David Dudley, he said this next guy is like a vampire. He's tasted blood, he's tasted success, and he's never going to give up. All right, you guys, make some noise. He comes out of Dayton, Tennessee. Can he win the Angler of the Year title 2 years in a row? #1 angler on the planet right now, Livingston Lures Pro, Andy Morgan.
That right there is cool. You know those folks right there?
I know those folks right there. I love those folks very much right there.
What about that song? You like that song?
I love that song, too.
You kind of live by that, don't you?
Yes, I do. That's the creed.
That's exactly right, man. All right, here we go. Andy Morgan. He comes into this event, #1 first place in the Kellogg's Angler of the Year points race. He's the reigning Kellogg's Angler of the Year from last season. And he was 8 points in front of Cody Meyer, who sits in 7th place as we speak, and Andy is shaking his head. Here we go. On day 1, Andy had 21 pounds 4 ounces. Day 2, 21 pounds and 6 ounces. Good enough for 9th place coming into day 3. To break into the top 10, Andy, right now you need 15 pounds even. To take the lead, you need 21.12. Here we go. Andy Morgan, Evinrude Pro. 5 today. Let it sit, Andy. Worth. Good job taking care of your fish. Like every ounce counts. What do you think? 16 pounds and 12 ounces is what you got. 16-12. I'd never leave you hanging, sir. 16-12, Andy, has got you in 7th place, and it's got Cody in 8th.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm kind of liking I like the way this is shaking out right now. So I don't really know what to say. You talk about a long, hard-fought battle. It's been a tough, hard-fought battle all year. And it's a shame that the year's got to end between me and Cody. We've had such a race going on. We've made a lot of money. We've caught a lot of bass this year. It's one of these years you just hate to see it go. So, you know, it shook out, and I'm thrilled.
You know, in 2008 and in 2011, it came down to 1 point that separated first and second. You saw what happened in the co-angler points race today. It was the total weight broke the tie. So this has been a lot of fun. But now, you know what? Whether you fish tomorrow or not, you start looking at the Forest Wood Cup. $500,000 first place prize.
Absolutely. I've got my eye on Lake Murray. I know that's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough fishery. You know, I like these slugfests like this too, but to go to a tough fishery, you don't have to be on a lot and catching a whole lot here. 16-11 today, you know, that's not a very good stringer at Kentucky Lake. You see, I mean, I'm going to fall way back, I'm sure of that. You know, to get in a slugfest and to catch 16 pounds and fall back 4 or 5 pounds, it's hard to come back and catch a 30-pound stringer in the end of June. But a 25-pound stringer, yes. So you fall 4 or 5 pounds back, you've kind of dug yourself a hole, which I have here.
All right, last question for you, Andy. Arguably the greatest angler ever, man. Let me ask you, because this is what people always will want to know. What makes you tick? What makes you so great everywhere we go, man? I know it's kind of hard to define that, but if you had to give just your answer, what would that answer be?
You know, I really can't answer that. I mean, I put in some long days, and I fish my whole life. I'm an outdoorsman. Yep. You know, and I think I've really I guess I've adapt to the conditions pretty quick, you know, through hunting, through fishing. You kind of learn to adapt to the conditions. And I surround myself with great sponsors. I mean, you're looking at the new Evinrude over here. I mean, you've got to get back to the weigh-in to weigh your fish. So it's got me back to the weigh-in many, many, many times. And the new G2, y'all need to check that out. It's an awesome product. Technology, Livingston Lures, sound technology, awesome. Yep. Lowrance, downscan. Fish can't hide anymore, folks. I mean, you better, when it comes down to technology, you better be paying attention and don't turn your back on it. There's no question about that.
I know your dad was here this week. Anybody you want to say hello to in the crowd or watching you back in Dayton?
Hello, everybody at home. There's my wife and little girl right out here, Missy and Keely, and my dad's out here somewhere. I don't know where there he is. And Jay, Tina, glad to see everybody here, and thank y'all very much for coming out and spending some time in Kentucky Lake. Thank you guys here in Tennessee, home state, and I appreciate everybody coming out and everybody being so kind this week on the water, and thank you guys very much.
Awesome. Great job. Andy Morgan, either Andy or Cody Meyer will knock down that Kellogg's Angler of the Year title today or tomorrow.
Coming out of our very successful college fishing program at Stephen F. Austin University, here he is on the FLW Tour. First cut of the season from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Y'all give it up for Andrew Upshaw.
All right, Andrew, I tell you what, that eye on camera had you catching them back to back to back to back to back on that crankbait on day one, and you have caught them every day since. 19.8 on day one, 23 pounds 2 ounces yesterday. Had him in 8th place with 42 pounds and 10 ounces. From Tulsa, Oklahoma, Andrew Upshaw, you need 21 pounds 12 ounces to dethrone Brett Hite. You're looking for 21-12. To dethrone Brett Hite. Here we go. Andrew Upshaw, Tulsa, Oklahoma Pro, 5 today, worth 19 pounds, 12 ounces, moves you into 4th place with 62 pounds, 6 ounces. Andy Morgan goes to 8th. Cody Meyer goes to 9th. We've got 7 guys left. Great week for you, man. That crankbait's been the deal.
Well, It's actually been a couple different things. I've been catching them on a 6XD and a swim bait and a jig that I made for Outcast Tackle. It's a new, it's a casting jig, and I've been stroking it up off the bottom and stuff. And I was using a Jean LaRue salt crawl on that. So.
Gotcha. All right, man. What about this crowd here to watch you guys today? It's a special deal.
You know, it's a very special deal. I called my wife out on the stage yesterday, and she drove in this morning and got here, and you know, she's in the crowd, and so is Zach Caudill, and he's one of my traveling partners, and his family's here, and you know, they take care of us on the road and cook for us. I think they're even cooking tonight, and you know, they followed me today on the water. You know, and I have to give a big shout out to my sponsors, Blue Def. It's a diesel exhaust fluid. It actually makes, when you're burning diesel fluid or diesel, you know, whatever, it burns it into nitrogen gas and water, and you know, that's really helpful for the environment and saves everybody a little bit.
A lot cleaner, yep.
A lot cleaner, and you know, Rattle Trap, Lou's, you know, I get to work with Lou's, Jean LaRue, you know, I have a bunch of sponsors. They're all great to me. Legend Boats, Mercury, Power Pole. I couldn't be here though without my support of my family, my fans, and everybody else at home that is always pushing me from behind. So
that's what it's all about. Go sweat it out. You're in there right now, Andrew Upshaw, 4th place.
Next pro trying to lock up the Rookie of the Year title. Can he do it? We'll find out. From Pickwick Dam, Tennessee, his 2nd cut in a row. Y'all make some noise for Jason Lambert.
Good to see you, brother.
Hey, it's good to be here, man. This is I love this Tennessee River deal. We need to talk to Bill and Kathy and everybody and just do all 6 of them here.
Jason Lambert, here we go, man. Punched his ticket this week to the Forest Wood Cup, trying to lock down the Rookie of the Year today. On day 1, 20 pounds and 15 ounces. Yesterday, 22 pounds and 9 ounces. Had him in 7th place with 43 pounds, 8 ounces. He finished up just a few weeks ago on Pickwick with a top 10, carries that momentum into this event. All right, Jason, 5 today. If you have 20 pounds and 14 ounces, you'll dethrone the current leader, Brett Height. You ready?
Let's go.
Let's do it. A 5 bass limit for Jason Lambert. Looking for 20 pounds, 14 ounces. 5 today worth. New leader, 21 pounds, 2 ounces. You got the lead, man. Let's get some water in that bag. We're going to see your 2 best bass. But first, let's talk about it, man. Great day.
Yeah, it was. I actually lost a couple fish. You know, y'all guys always talk about it's a bad day. It's a bad day, but it actually was a pretty bad day. When you catch a big one and you can't get rid of a 3. But hey, I'm happy to be here. I'm looking forward to going fishing tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to the Forest Wood Cup. That's going to be a neat experience.
You got that right, man. All right, hey, listen, we want to see your 2 best bass, and I think we've got a presentation to make afterwards. But let's hear it for his 2 kickers that anchor a 21-pound, 2-ounce stringer. Jason Lambert, your new leader. Andy Morgan now in 9th and 10th place, respectively. But before we do anything else, we're going to take you to the front of the stage. I think it's official, right, Jason?
It is official, ladies and gentlemen. Here to make the presentation for this year's Rookie of the Year, please welcome Mr. Forrest L. Wood.
Congratulations, Jason. You have come on strong in the late part of it, and this is what counts. And I want to congratulate you, and I'll give you this trophy as the Rookie of the Year. Awesome. Quite an accomplishment. I'm curious, it's when the year started, did you anticipate getting this trophy?
Well, you know, you never anticipate beating all these other guys out here. I mean, that's our goal. That's what we strive to do. But, you know, I always thought it was a possibility, especially with these, you know, the Tennessee River down the home stretch. And, of course, I live at Pickwick. And, you know, this is a pretty cool thing.
You're excited, but think about all those fish, how excited they are. A lot of them have never been to town. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Forrest.
Congratulations to you. You got it, man.
Finished in 8th place at Pickwick a couple weeks ago. Came into this tournament 35th place, right on the bottom to qualify. This tournament certainly has pushed him over. We will see him in 6 weeks in Columbia, South Carolina. Good stuff. Rookie of the Year. All right, here we go. Only 6 more pros. You guys still with me? Here we go. This next guy has been on fire as well. He won last year at Lake Eufaula on the Walmart FLW Tour. He is a tour champion. His 2nd cut in the row, all the way from Counce, Tennessee. Y'all make some noise for Ranger Pro, Randy Haynes.
Good to see you, sir.
Well, it's good. It's good to be Pickwick. I mean, Kentucky Lake.
Anywhere on the Tennessee River, it's always good to be there.
Well, I'll put it this way. This is my second home. It ain't no doubt. It's awesome fishery. Man, I love Paris.
I hear you, man. Here we go. You know, he won the Rayovac Series just a few weeks ago. Randy Haynes won a tour event last year at Eufaula. He's known as a ledge master and has really learned those electronics, and some would call him a genius at it. 22-11 on day 1. 21 pounds and 1 ounce yesterday. Had Randy Haynes of Counce, Tennessee in 6th place coming into day 3 with 43 pounds and 12 ounces. Now to take the lead from Jason Lambert, who sits on top of the hill, man. He's the king of the mountain right now. He's got 64 pounds and 10 ounces. You need 20 pounds and 14 ounces. Here we go. Watch it with me, Randy. 5 today. Worth 19 pounds, 10 ounces has Randy Haynes in 4th place with 63 pounds and 2 ounces. Now listen, you're in 4th place, but you're only 1 pound, 8 ounces off the lead, Randy. It's close.
Well, like I said, this is Kentucky Lake, and it's a heck of a fishery. I mean, you can come back over, a couple pounds. You can come back 4 or 5 pounds on this lake. It's one of, to me, this is the top ledge fish lake in the country, no doubt.
How many schools are you finding, man? Is it crazy?
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, there's so many fish in here. You can find them from here to the highway out there. I mean, I'm looking for new ones every day. I mean, I'm idling and looking on them Ray Marine's electronics as much as I'm fishing, and I think my co-anglers, all of them, about ready to get me. But we let them all. It pays off at the end of the day, and maybe we can keep it going.
Yesterday, and I know we'll probably talk about this tomorrow, and you can tell me if we will. You talked about something special that you had that was really a big part of the key to your success this week. It had to do with a bait, correct?
Yeah, it's a prototype bait.
You got it in there?
Yeah, I'm afraid I was thinking I was going to get knocked out, but right there it is. It's a hunk.
Is that a switchblade knife? What is it?
Well, I guess we could put a accessory on there, but what we're going to have is for Profound Outdoors, Ben Parker. We're going to have some Randy Haynes select colors, and man, it's in the prototype stage. It is done now, and we're ready to get it out to everybody because it's going to be an awesome bait.
How much that thing weigh? How long is
it? It's about 8 inches long and it weighs about 3.5 ounces. And let me tell you something. I was complaining about 3 o'clock. I said, man, my back is killing me. The co-angler laughed at me. He said, reckon you got something to do with that thing you're throwing out there? I said, yes, it does. That's it. I said, well, maybe I can get some rest tonight, but, maybe we can get out there and throw it some tomorrow and mix it up with some crankbaits and stuff and see if we can do something about this lead.
There you go, man. Wishing you the best of luck. Let's hear it for the Ranger Pro, Randy Haynes. Sits in 4th place with 5 guys left. He'll fish tomorrow.
Starting in 5th place, all the way from Carver, Minnesota, 14 Tour top 10s, already a Tour champion, Ranger Snickers Pro, Jim Moyna.
Moyna, the football jig master. We're going to talk to you about that in a minute. Here we go, Jim. Good to see you as always, man, making that cut. Jim Moyna is a bass fishing millionaire, part of the Snickers Pro team. Had 21 pounds and 6 ounces on day 1, 22 pounds and 12 ounces yesterday. That was good enough for 5th place with 44 pounds and 2 ounces of Kentucky Lake ledge bass. To take the lead, Jim, from Jason Lambert, you need 20 pounds and 8 ounces. Here we go. 5 more today for Jim Moyna. Worth 19 pounds, 9 ounces has you in 3rd place with 63.11. And Jim, you are 15 ounces off the lead.
15 ounces. That, you know, if I catch an 8-pounder, that'll wipe that away pretty quick, won't it?
I guarantee you, man. And you can catch those big ones here.
I know where one's living because I seen him in practice. He came up. I hooked this like 3.5-pounder, and he came up, and this 8-pounder literally put his back right out of the water, right at my feet next to the boat, and he was looking at this plug inside this other fish. And I'm like, my gosh, I'm going to try to catch that. So as soon as I moved to like grab a rod, that thing just bolted out of there. But he's still out there somewhere.
Gotta be, man.
And maybe he's got a sister, or she's got a sister too.
That'd be nice. Let me ask you, are you running several spots, or is it one main place, Jim?
Well, I got a place I like to start in the morning, and that gets me off rolling pretty good. And then I bounce around, hit some other places, and try to upgrade from there. But a few places, I need to find a better upgrades type of place, you know. I need to get one of these 25-pound bags that can make some moves on these guys.
Catch that 8-pounder, you will make a big move tomorrow, man. All right, so your fish seem to be replenished, and you're looking forward to going one more day.
I am looking forward to one more day, and it'll be an awesome day, too, I hope.
All right, man, Football Jigs doing well for you this week. Anybody you want to say hello to in this great crowd or watching you back in Carver, Minnesota?
Well, hi, Carver, Minnesota. I bet, hey, my buddy Nielsen's, I bet they're watching. I know tomorrow they will be for sure.
That's right.
They better be.
There you go. Let's hear it for Jim Moyna getting it done this week on Kentucky Lake. Jim's in 3rd place. 4 left.
Here we go. 4 anglers left. Started today in 4th place from Goodall's, Michigan. 5 top 10s with FLW. Welcome to the stage, Skip Johnson.
Good to see you, Skip.
Hey, good to see you too, buddy. I'm glad to be here.
You got it, man. Skip Johnson had 22 pounds even on day 1. He had 22 pounds and 14 ounces yesterday. Had him in 4th place with 44 pounds and 14 ounces. And Skip, I know you lost some giants today. I know we saw it on the Twitter feed, on the FLW Twitter feed. We also heard your co-angler talk a little bit about it. But you're still, I mean, you still got a good bag right here to dethrone Jason Lambert, who sits on top of the leaderboard. You need 19 pounds and 12 ounces. 19-12. Here we go, Skip. Skip Johnson, Michigan Pro. 5 today. You need 19-12. 19 pounds and 12 ounces exactly. You got the lead on the tiebreaker because you come in today in a higher spot. You finished round 1 ahead of him, so that means you're in 1st. Jason's in 2nd, and both of you have 64 pounds, 10 ounces. Let's talk about it. Let's talk first off about what could have been today.
Yeah. First, let's talk about what could have been yesterday. First off, I lost about a 5-pound fish, and about an hour later, I found the fish that was trying to eat that 5-pound fish, and it threw my jig off, and it was about 8 or 9 pounds. So yesterday, I lost about 13 pounds worth of upgrades approximately, and that kind of hurt a little bit. I should have had about 28 pounds yesterday, but I went to bed pretty comfortably with 22 pounds, and then woke up this morning really charged up, got out there, and in my first half hour, I dumped 3 fish that would have hit about 20 pounds, over 6 pounds every one of them. Never got another chance at them, and boy, I just feel lucky to be here because I've really felt like I fell apart. Something about they just wanted to throw that jig. They come up, shake their head, and throw it right back at me. And my co-angler stood there with the net. I'm ready. I said, don't worry about it. It's gone. He looked at me and goes, what do you mean it's gone? It's gone, man. And you just disbelief. But, hey, it's working out. I'm fishing tomorrow, and I'm happy to be here. I got to thank Whole Speed for getting me here in the first place. Y'all got to check out Whole Speed Smart Armor. That's a bottom paint, abrasion resistant for bass boats and recreational boats. I'll tell you what, whenever there's no parking, I love that stuff. I pull it up on the concrete launch ramp, rip wrap, power pole down. I got to think power pole too, but I power pole down, and I got parking anywhere I want with that Whole Speed Smart Armor. Y'all have to check that out. But anyways, yeah, about tomorrow, I'm going to go out, hopefully find those 6-pounders that I sure as heck didn't wear them out.
There you go, and they're in that area, man.
Yeah, I think I got something going.
Yeah, I think you do too. Good luck. He's one to watch tomorrow. Great job, Michigan Pro Skip Johnson, 1st place.
Home sweet home to me.
Starting in 3rd place, coming off a top 10 at Lake Hartwell earlier this year from Centerville, Tennessee, Charlie Ingram.
Good to see you, Charlie Ingram.
Once two strangers.
Put the bag in the basket there, Charlie, who punched his ticket. Surely you're in the Forestwood Cup now, right?
I think I made that. That was my main objective when I came in here, and
You know, the Lord blessed me the first couple of days. I had a really good 2 days, and I had a good day today. I just didn't get but one big bite, and dummied it up and lost it. So
I saw that. I saw that on the Twitter feed. We're going to talk to you about that here in just a second. But Charlie Ingram, Tennessee Pro, 22 pounds, 6 ounces on day 1. 22 pounds, 10 ounces on day 2. Had him in 3rd place with 45 pounds even. He led most of the way in yesterday. And Charlie, to dethrone the leader, Skip Johnson, you need 19-10. To break into the top 10 and knock out John Voiles, you just need 16 pounds and 8 ounces. Here we go. 5 today for Charlie Ingram. He's got 5, just missing the kicker. 12 pounds and 11 ounces moves you to 16th place with 57 pounds and 11 ounces. Charlie, all right, so not going fishing tomorrow, but what a great tournament this week on Kentucky Lake.
Well, Kentucky Lake's my home lake, and you know, I live about an hour from here. And the Lord really blessed me the first 2 days and today, because I get to go out there and go fishing. You know, I've been doing this since 1982, and I fished a lot of tournaments, won a lot of tournaments. I started fishing on Kentucky Lake in the PBF. A lot of you guys a little older remember that. And then I fished bass for several years. But I'll say one thing about this FLW bunch. We can take the top 35 guys that's here today and compete with anybody in the country. And this organization is the best organization that I've ever fished in my life.
Thank you so much, Charlie. Absolutely.
And I've got the greatest support in my family and my wife since 1982. We've drug those kids all over the country. Now they're grown, and my wife's been around for 39 years putting up with me. That's pretty good.
That's pretty awesome right there. Let's hear it for Charlie Ingram. Great tournament this week. 16th place.
2 pros left. Here we go. Former Forest Wood Cup champion making his 3rd cut of the season. From Clewiston, Florida, Ranger Trocar Pro, Scott Martin.
Kind of like your music there, Scott. We're going to get Scott Martin's take on this tournament. But first, down to business. This guy is definitely former Forest Wood Cup champion, one of the legends in this game. Scott Martin, 22-8 on day 1. 22. Okay. Got you changing bags. All right, hey, let's talk real quick while we got just a second then. Let me get this straight. You come into this day just a few ounces behind the leader, and you guys are rooming together. So I want to know how that went down last night.
Well, we had an arm wrestling contest at dinner for our best spot, and Tom beat me, so I didn't catch him quite as good today. But I think Tom's going to move on. And, you know, Tom and I have been really good friends for about 5 years now, and he fishes really hard, and he's really figuring out how to fish these Tennessee rivers. He did pretty good at Pickwick. He did really good at Chickamauga last year, and he's doing excellent this year, so I'm pulling for him big time.
I guarantee you. Now, you've done everything in this game. You've won the cup. You're always really, really consistent in the points race. What makes you so successful? It doesn't matter if we're at Okeechobee or the Tennessee River impoundments on the ledges or deep clear water. How do you catch them like you do, man?
Well, versatility is a big deal. You know, right now you just there's so many different techniques to catch fish on. And the competition on the FLW Tour is so stout that you have to be able to make adjustments on the water all day long to catch them. If you just throw the same bait all day, you're just going to get killed. So like today, I had 20 different rods on the deck of my boat, from swim jigs to hair jigs to football jigs to crankbaits, everything. And so just versatility is what's been able to kind of carry me through the last few years.
Gotcha. There you go. Hearing it from one of the best ever to play this game, Scott Martin, who's won on Champlain, smallmouth fishery, deep clear. He's won Lake Ouachita, the Forest Wood Cup, Okeechobee. Everywhere we go, he has success. All right, now we got the right bag. That is the bag I have zeroed. All right, here we go. We've got 2 different kinds of bags, by the way, and we've got this one zeroed to the scales. So he would have gained a few ounces with the other one. Here we go, Scott. Scott Martin, 22-8 on day 1, 22-15 on day 2. To take the lead from Skip Johnson, you need 19 pounds and 3 ounces. 5 today for Florida Scott Martin, worth 15 pounds, 8 ounces. Scott has you in 12th place with 60 pounds, 15 ounces. Scott, he just sighed. That's tough, man.
Yeah, it's kind of like Chickamauga last year. You know, I just missed it, and Tom moved on to the finals. So
I'm going to be cheering them on big time. But it was a great week. You know, anytime we fish here at Kentucky Lake, it's the best tournament fishing lake in the country, bar none. From dam to dam, it's the best. There's fish everywhere. You can catch them all different ways. I mean, I haven't had scars on my hands like this all year. Yeah. And so Paris, Tennessee is the place to be. I can't wait to come back. I'm looking forward to coming back this fall and shooting one of my shows here, the Scott Martin Challenge, and hopefully mix it up. It'll be a lot of fun. So I want to thank my sponsors, Trocar, Evinrude. The new G2 is awesome. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to getting in that engine tomorrow and testing it out. Ranger, you know, all my sponsors. Again, I couldn't be here today without the support of those guys. And my biggest supporter is my family, my wife and my kids at home watching on the internet. And it's just awesome. I wish they were here with me right now, but love you guys. I'll be home in a few days.
Hearing it from one of the best ever, Scott Martin. Great job to you, as usual. John Boyles has escaped 2 different guys. John sits in, where is John at? Sits in 10th place after 3rd and 2nd have weighed in. All right, we're going to see if he falls out. Scott Canterbury will be in the top 10 now.
Good song. Come on, you guys put your hands together. Final pro weighing in. He started the day in the lead. Can he finish the day in the lead? His 2nd FLW Tour top 10 from Royce City, Texas. Ranger Pro, Tom Reddington.
All right, Tom, good to see you, sir. Tom Reddington, a Texas pro who made the final cut of the year last year on the Tennessee River down at Lake Chickamauga from Royce City, Texas. Had 22 pounds and 6 ounces on day 1. Great start. Had 24 pounds, 9 ounces yesterday. That had him in first place with 46 pounds and 15 ounces of Kentucky Lake bass. To take the lead from Skip Johnson and to knock out John Boyles out of 10th place, you need 17 pounds and 11 ounces. Here we go. Tom Reddington trying to steal the lead right here from Skip Johnson, looking for 17-11. 5, Worth, new leader. 18 pounds, 13 ounces, moves you to 65-12. You've got the lead by 1 pound and 2 ounces. Let's get some water on those. We want to see your 2 best bass, but first off, you'll take a 1 pound, 2 ounce lead into tomorrow's final round, the top 10. Scott Canterbury's in 10th, and he's not far behind you. The weights, they're bunched.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a trophy buck, and you tell him that you give him a 10-yard head start before 10 of the best marksmen in the world come after him. I mean, it's a who's list behind me, and it's basically a one-day tournament tomorrow, which is going to be fun.
Have your fish been replenishing?
No. Today, I thought they were. Today, my schools are busted up. Had a pretty good steady practice. All tournaments been good. Usually the deep bite, they show up one day, they're gone the next. So hopefully tomorrow's my day again.
Yeah, we're going to find out. Let's see your 2 best bass. Tom Reddington is your leader. He stays on top with 65 pounds and 12 ounces. But when you look in the rearview mirror, you got 9 guys gunning for you. Scott Canterbury in 10th, just 62 pounds, 2 ounces. He's just literally 3 pounds, 10 ounces off the lead. Tomorrow's going to be fun, Jason Harper.
10 of the best, shot at 125 grand. Tom Reddington still sits in the top, 65 pounds, 12 ounces. At this time, we're going to bring our top 10 back to the stage. We invite everyone to come to takeoff tomorrow morning, 6:30. Lots of Folgers coffee, plenty of donuts. We'd love for you guys to come out. Listen, we've got high school anglers that are here. We got high schoolers fishing on Barkley Lake tomorrow, about 28 different boats. We're going to have the top 3 here tomorrow. So high school anglers, sit tight. We're going to have your meeting right after this weigh-in. So here we go. Tom Reddington in the lead, going out tomorrow, take center stage. My friend, 2nd place, Skip Johnson falls 1 spot. Skip Johnson had the lead for a little while. Skip Johnson in 2nd place. Jason Lambert, your reigning current Rookie of the Year. 3rd place, Brett Height. Can he win a 2nd in 1 season? In 4th place, Jim Moyna. 5th place, Tim Malone. In 6th place, Randy Haynes. 7th place, Clint Davis. Goes out in 8th place tomorrow morning. Andrew Upshaw stays in the top 10 in 9th place. Scott Canterbury not only punched his ticket to the Forest Wood Cup, but he's fishing 1 final day of the regular season. Straight Talk Wireless Pro, Scott Canterbury in 10th place. You guys make some noise for your top 10 pros heading out tomorrow. Congratulations to you guys. Here is your top 10 for tomorrow.
Big time.
Here we go. We're going to get these guys for FLW Live, get a picture of our top 10. If you are wanting Forest Wood Cup standings for this event, all that kind of stuff we're going to print out at the back side of our stage. Go around to the back of our stage trailer. We'll have printouts for the qualification for this year's Cup, plus the standings from this tournament. There is your top 10 for tomorrow. Also want to remind you, presenting sponsor Evinrude. Tomorrow they will be giving demo rides out on Kentucky Lake, 7:30 till 11:30. 7:30 till 11:30. Come out and try out the G2. Man, they got some great stuff. So you got to get out in a Ranger boat and see what the new Evinrude is all about. Chris Jones, final event of the season, kicks off tomorrow morning at 6:30.
So it's all about Jason. All these guys on fish, 3 pounds, over 3 pounds separates first from 10th. And the way these guys are on these mega schools, man, it's going to be a fun weigh-in tomorrow afternoon.
I don't know that we've had one this close on the final day, have we?
We have not.
We've had some blowouts all year.
We have. That's what's going to make this awesome.
This is going to be big. Thanks again to the Henry County Alliance. We appreciate it. We are wrapping up day number 3. Congratulations to our co-angler champion and to Jason Johnson walking away with the co-angler of the year title. Thanks everyone for coming out. Have a safe Saturday night. Thank you, Walmart. We'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 6:30 at takeoff. We'll be back here tomorrow at 3 p.m. Have a great Saturday evening. Take care.
You want to talk? You want to say something? Hey, Dada?
Dada.